everybody, my name's Stephanie. I'm going to show you very quickly how to put together this beautiful little 3D sleigh. Great for Christmas, perfect on a Christmas card. It is actually freestanding, but I'm going to show you how to make a little stand at the back so that you can have this as something to put little gifts in, maybe little sweeties or chocolates on the dining room table. That would be a good idea. And it also works as a great little Christmas decoration. So let's take a look at what we've got. First of all, this one wasn't out of my stash. This one's been recently printed and it's also printed double-sided. So you'll find instructions for printing double-sided on the Tattered Lace pages, on my Facebook page, literally everywhere. And I'll ask for them to be put just below the videos as well. So the first thing, with the collection of dies you've got a number of different dies. So this is the main body. So this is the shape of the actual sleigh itself. So that's the first piece, and you need to cut two of those. You also need two of these. Now these are the piece that hold the bottom together, and I'm going to show you a couple of ways of using that. You need to cut two of these, and the reason that I say two is I think it looks much nicer if the inside's decorated as well. So I would be cutting two of each of them. The background sleigh, which is using this piece, you also can cut, and all of that comes together to create our design. So, and of course there's a little snowman as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put the base on, and because the rest of it is just decoration. And before I put the base on, I like to just do my individual decoration. I'm just going to show you this. I'm going to put these pieces in here, and you can see how that is starting to come to life already. I'm not choosing to put the blue behind, but you of course can if you want to. So let's take these, and a little tip for you. If you've got very fine gluing to do, put some adhesive on a piece of card like this. I've got quite a bit. I'm going to come in here for you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over, and I'm just going to slide it a little bit so that you can see that I've got these two little blobs of adhesive. But now it's thin enough for me to dip into it. So I'm literally dipping into it with my decoupage or my embellishments, and I'm getting the adhesive in all the right places. So I'm going to come onto here, and I'm going to put that onto the cardstock, making sure that I'm happy with where it lines up. And then I'll just pick this up for a second to slide that and make sure it's right. Now this piece hasn't stuck down, and this is why you need it on card. Look at this. So I can go inside, I can get some adhesive, and then I can hold it down. Get a little bit more here, so I can go in there, pick up some adhesive, and then hold it down. It's a great little tip, and it really makes a difference. And I remember we used to use sticky dots like that, and I remember thinking one day when I was trying to craft and I'd got bits of glue missing, and I couldn't get to the bits without making a real mess with it. So I actually used the faux sticky dot method, and it really did work. So this is going to go inside there, and this is where making sure that you've actually got the adhesive in the right place is really important. And that is now ready for me to start the next part. While I'm at it, I've got a little snowman. I might as well get him popped on the front as well. And the other design you're going to do exactly the same thing with, but let's pretend we've already done that. We're going to put one of these on top of the other, and we're going to use the base. Now I've got two of these bases because one of them is, and I'm going to put one on so you see what happens with one, and then I'll show you what happens with two. So one is fine if all we want is to have it to go onto the bottom of a card. But if you want to put something in it, you're going to need two of them, because otherwise it's going to fall out of the sides. So I'll show you how to do that. So I'm just going to take off the glue. Remember the little tip about if you've got red liner tape like I have, it can be quite static. Put a little bit of hand cream on your hands and it stops it sticking to your hands. So, whoops, stick gone back, it's like sticking to itself as well. And we're just going to take that off. So these then are folded in half. So now the next part of it is lining it up. So I like to hold it and then line it up so that the line and the score line, so the edge of the card and the score line come together, and you'll feel that. Then the next piece, we need to do the same. But to make sure I've got it in the right place, I'm holding the top of it together, and then I'm going to pull it out until it catches, like that. Get rid of that piece of tape. I've got a rogue piece of tape that's decided it wants to stay on. And make sure it catches, and then once it's caught on that edge and I'm feeling the edge, I can go in and turn it over and check that I've done the same as I did the other side, so that the edges are all nice and flat. So if I want to put that on the front of a card, that's absolutely fine. It's going to work perfectly. If I want to use it as a Christmas decoration, I can punch a little hole in here and you get the sleigh so it actually looks like it's skiing downhill. If you want it to be straight, then just make sure you take and put a piece of ribbon somewhere in the middle. But that does not mean that it's going to be secure enough for us to put things in that we can actually then put like chocolates. So take another one of these, and what I want you to do is I must clean these scissors, I'm just going to fold it and cut it roughly in half. And I'm going to use half of it at the back and half of it at the front. So we're going to take the tape off that I've got here. That's going to come off, and it's on the outside edges of the base, so that we know that we're going to get it in the right place. And I'm then going to place it here, and I'm going to get it to the point where I'm happy with its placement, which is, is just there. And I'm now going to lift it at that crease, fold those edges in, and you've got 2 creases on either side, and actually fold it in and hold it and get that stuck in place. So what I've done now is I've created an edge to it. So I'm just going to go back in, and you can see from the side that that also creates the edge. Inside we've got everything, so it isn't going to fall out, and we'll just do that once more at the other end. And that is as easy as it is. So it works really, really simply. But by putting this extra piece on the edging at either end, it makes all the difference. And it does mean that you can then put things like, so in there, so remember I've got that little crease, it's there. So I'm just going to get that in place. Inside, into there, so that it's held in place. Then pull that up to that side and up to that side. Stick it down. I've created like a little boat inside, and that means that everything holds in place. Take a little bit more time at home. Don't worry if the first one isn't perfect. That's the fun thing about die cutting and charismas. It means that you can make this as many times as you want. And I can't wait to see what you put inside.